For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments and every lofty opinion raised against the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Christ.
Beliefs planted through technological systems become remarkably resistant to change. When confronted with contradicting evidence, people often double down on existing beliefs, not from stubbornness, but from what Scripture calls strongholds.
In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, Paul uses military imagery, a fortified position that resists traditional attack.
These mental fortresses appear in our churches, among other things, as rigid theological interpretations, political ideologies merged with religious conviction, cultural assumptions baptized as biblical truth, or conspiracy theories integrated with faith narratives.
Our natural response is to deploy what Paul calls weapons of the world. These could be compelling arguments, overwhelming evidence, or social pressure.
Yet these approaches often backfire, strengthening rather than dismantling the fortress walls. This is because strongholds create a neurological and spiritual defense system.
Our brains literally treat challenges to deeply held beliefs as physical threats, triggering fight-or-flight responses rather than rational consideration.
Meanwhile, worldly influences and spiritual forces further reinforce these patterns, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of conviction.
This creates a protective barrier that conventional human methods cannot penetrate, explaining why evidence, reason, and persuasion rarely change deeply held convictions.
Only the divine weapons Paul describes can effectively address these fortified belief systems.
What stronghold in your own thinking might be resistant to change despite evidence to the contrary?
How could you invite God's divine power to examine this belief?
When engaging with someone holding different convictions, how might you shift from using weapons of the world to the divine approaches?
What these weapons of the world and the divine approaches would be in your situation?